We're going to kick over to this third and final game of our triple header tonight. The White Skull Windbreakers versus the Real American Heroes. Doug the Minotaur, current league champion, is in 4th place. Is trying to keep his spot here to make the top 4. Dead Fred trying to make a cut as well. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Is that Griff? That looks like Griff. The White Skull Windbreakers versus the Real American Heroes. Orcs versus Dark Elves. Fan factor tied for both coaches tonight. Here's the coin toss. Windbreakers won the coin toss. We'll see where they start. Windbreakers are going to be on offense, giving these elves the opportunity to be on defense. White Skull Windbreakers not in 4th place, excuse me. They're in 5th place. Doug the Minotaur's team, 2-2-0 is their record. They're the only other undefeated team other than I Want to Be Like Doug. Doug the Minotaur looking for a win to kick back into that 4th place spot. Remember, at the end of week 6, the top 4 teams will advance to the semifinals. The Real American Heroes looking to pick up their 2nd win here tonight. If the stars align, they can win this week and next week. They could make the cut. Anchor defense for the Real American Heroes. Seven-man offensive line for the Windbreakers now. They're going to block down that line. They're going to blitz an elf. They're an orc team. They're going to cage up. Look at all these players with block. He does have an injured lineman here. Brings with a broken neck, or an injured neck, I guess it's called now. Brings the AG down to 4+. Not a big deal for a lineman playing line duties. Another quick snap tonight. 4 players get to move toward the ball. Boot Polish says it's nice to see learn proper orc play. Me killing it so far. Doesn't want to move Air Biscuit towards the ball. He wants the thrower to pick that ball up, the thrower with sure hands. Silent but deadly. Oh, those colors are great. Well, it's going to end up on the White Skull Windbreakers 8-yard line over in the left wide zone. 1 space off the sideline. Turn 1 for this 3rd game this evening. 2-die block gets a foul on Flint. Looking for a 9+ here. Doesn't get it. 2nd 2-die block works out due to the block skill. I thought he was winding up with the claws and he juked me there. He got me with the punch. He got me with the left jab. Gets a stun there. 2-die block on the left defensive tackle. Gets a push. Oh, lineman blocked down. There'll be a blitz to take. We'll see where Doug tries to carve out some of the pitch for himself here at the end of this first turn. Brings one cheek squeak over to the ball. He's the number 11 Goblin on this roster. Pulls back duck call. Takes a mark on Flint. So he's trying to close in on Flint here. Gets the blitz on Gung Ho, gets the knockdown. So he's picked off Flint. You can see he's cut him off from the rest of his team. Flint has nowhere to go but backwards. And now for the ball pickup. Good ball pickup by Silent, but deadly. This may very well be the turn. He's going to instead shift barking backside from the right tackle position back towards the left to set up this pocket on the ball carrier. And now turn one back to the real American heroes. Dead Fred was going to field a lizard team, I believe, and decided at the last minute to switch it up to a dark elf team. Played Wood Elves last season. Oh, thanks, Not So Trusty Patches. Thank you for that. I'll update the database. Are they still in the third quarter? Hawk and Snake Eyes over in the left wide zone marking these orcs. Looks like he's going to try to blitz Air Biscuit. Yep, there are indeed 3 games in progress now. There's the one we just left. There was a 4th game being played today that was unaired. That is happening right now, and then this game as well. Witch Elf Surf time. Let's see if it happens. There's push number 1. Oh, re-roll that. Re-rolls it. There it is. Good surf. Good removal. Gotta be careful setting up your players near the sideline. That Witch Elf with Frenzy can come in and just knock them off the pitch. She's gonna rush back to safety. Had to spend one of just 2 rerolls he has on this roster. Yeah, they do look cool. I wasn't sold on the models when the game first came out, but I've become a fan. Good 2+ dodge on the line. And that's the turn. Turn 2, back to the Windbreakers now. 3 rerolls. Like the Minotaur are going to try to force this elf team to roll dice. Even if you mark an elf, they have a 2+ dodge. With that big AG of 2+, make them roll dice. Make them roll those dice. Eventually, they will fail those dice. With 1 reroll left, Dead Fred will might have to chew through one, and that'll change the odds on everything dramatically. Caging the ball up on the Windbreakers' own 4-yard line at mid-pitch. Not going to commit to a sideline. You don't really want to commit to a sideline. At least not if you can at all help it. And that's simply because if you're here, your opponent, what do they have to defend? They have to defend the entire pitch. But if you're, say, here, what do they have to defend? Well, now they only have to defend half the pitch. So you've basically strengthen their defense because they still have the same number of players, but only half the space they need to cover. Windbreakers set up the right corner of their cage, and they'll advance the one who supplied it across the line of scrimmage. 2-die blitz on Zartan. Gets a pal looking for that 9+. Doesn't follow up. Turn 2, back to the real American heroes. Both coaches dipping into bonus time, rather, just a little bit. Real American heroes rocking the brutal cheerleader with those spiked pom-poms. Yo, that hand, what? Two-die block on the left, wide zone. Gets the knockdown on barking backside. Doug the Minotaur with a win tonight will advance into third place, could potentially advance into second place depending on how great of a victory it is. Real American Heroes will advance. If with a win tonight, the Real American Heroes will likely advance into sixth place, depending on how the other games are going this evening. Real American Heroes trying to keep their defensive formation intact here. They know they need to stay in front of this in cage. In front of this cage. They're not up against a passing team. The ball can be passed, of course. They do have a thrower. But you know, long passes not really a threat. They really want to stop the running game, and that's going to be a tricky proposition here because they need to stay in front of the cage, they need to screen out the pitch, and they need to not give up blocks. Dark Elves, the more resilient of the Elven teams. They have AB 9+ as opposed to 8+. Two good dodges by Shipwreck. Turn 3 back to the Windbreakers. 2-die block against Tomax. Part of the Crimson Guard. Gets a push out of this. Finally gets a knockdown on Tomax. He has more throwing skills than Els. He's got dump off. Duke's got dump off. That's a throwing skill. Takes a mark on the Witch Elf. This Witch Elf is does have dodge, but a pretty brittle AV of 8+. Got the pal here. Can he break armor? He cannot. Not so Tressy Patches says Snotlings are being murderated. As they do. As they tend to do. Yeah, that's the Trusty Patches. If you can tell me the final of that whenever that game ends, I'd appreciate it. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to stay up on it. It doesn't have to be immediate, but if you happen to be paying attention. Today Block gets a knockdown on Zartan over in the left wide zone here. Doug has this Orc team. He wants to take the block. He has lots of block skills. He wants to beat up on these players, try to get that player advantage, try to open up those holes, and keep pushing this ball forward. Takes one space forward, still hasn't crossed the line of scrimmage with the ball just yet. Keeping this tight cage intact. Ball on the Windbreakers' own 2-yard line. Turn 3, back to the Real American Heroes. I really like, I mean, sure it's hard to see, but I kind of dig this look, this emblem by Dead Fred here. This black on like very, very, very dark gray. I don't know, I think it's cool. It reminds me of like a shirt, like a black shirt, black polo shirt with black embroidery, you know? 2-9 blitz and a double skulls for the Baroness. He's got to spend his final re-roll here. He'll get the knockdown. We're working on it. Has to follow up due to frenzy, but still has plenty of movement left with the Witch Elf. They have an MA of 7. Remember, when you blitz, it's a move and a block all in one, but the block costs one of your movement points. Zartan stands up and dodges away on the left wide zone. Dead Fred really has to play a dance here. How many blocks to give up? Where to position your players? He really needs to screen out this offense. He doesn't want to give up too many blocks. Bad stun there. Tomax is stunned, or good stun for the Windbreakers. Two-die block on Gung Ho. Gets a pow here. Looking for 9+. Take those blocks. Break that armor. Get that SPP. Dead Fred still doing a pretty good job of screening out this offense while trying to keep his defense together. Nobody's really been picked off yet. In fact, there's one removal, and that's Air Biscuit on the surf. Seconds left on the clock here for the Windbreakers. He's really trying to figure out where he's going to go. Bootball says 2 close calls. Well, on surfs though, use all re-rolls to surf. I respect that. Yeah, like I think, like the surf is always a good play, but boy, losing your re-rolls, that's scary, especially so early in the half. 2-die blitz on Snake Eyes. Breaks armor. Got a stun. Turn 4 back to the Real American Heroes now. Right side of the pitch abandoned. Real American Heroes trying to screen it out. They need to stop the run. Dead Fred is well aware of this. Wants to keep his formation intact so that he can effectively screen out the pitch. Oh, the Juggernaut scored. Wow. Two-dive block here by the Real American Heroes. Gets the knockdown on duck call. Dead Fred doing a good job of figuring out where to take his blocks without overextending. Five seconds to go in the first quarter. Dead Fred really making decisions here. He's scared about these dodges. First one's good. Second one's good. Gets the Baroness, the Witch Elf, back to safety. Just has one on the roster. He can have two. Takes a one die against Bull Snort to push him away. Real American Heroes back into bonus time. 6 minutes, 5 seconds left on the clock. They say, I'm done. I'm good. They're giving up that left sideline, trying to goad the Windbreakers to going down that sideline. If they do, this defense is going to try to collapse on the offense. Yeah, that other game sounds so hype. Windbreakers taking a mark on the Baroness. Taking a mark on Zartan as well. Two-dive block on the Baroness. Took the mark on Zartan to negate the assist. Gets a push out of this. As a blodger, only a pal removes, or only a pal knocks down the Baroness. Still, he'll get a push out of this. Might be trying to carve out that sideline. Yes, indeed. It looks like he is going to try to secure this sideline. He does have to watch out for Snake Eyes. Advances Bull Snort forward, trying to mark as many of these elves as he can. Even if they don't block back, even if they dodge away, they're rolling dice. Dead Fred has no rerolls. Advances the rest of the line forward. Stands up duck call. And he moves that ball. 2 rushes over to the left wide zone. He's going to protect against Snake Eyes with the Goblin. So he decided to go to the sideline. Secured it with a number of players here. 2 GFIs to advance that ball to the opposing 10-yard line over in the left wide zone. He's on that left sideline. And Dead Fred is going to try to reposition his defense here. With all of these marks, it is going to be a scary, scary proposition with no rerolls. Yeah, the first dodges are going to be the dodge players. Takes a mark on the one who smelt it. Covers the sideline with Duke. Might be trying to blitz the one who smelt it. Snake Eyes the player. Having only 2 rerolls on the roster is it's a little lean in my opinion. You really want to get to 3. Although, to be fair, that was my opinion in the LRB6. That may have changed in Blood Bowl 2020. I don't have enough hours under my belt to really say, but it still feels like 3 is the sweet spot. 4 for, you know, teams that roll lots of dice. But I don't know. Now that you can roll or spend rerolls more than once a turn, I could certainly see an argument for more rerolls. But the Real American Hero is starting this game with 2. That's lean. That's tough. That's tough to work with. SP Beaver says more is always better. If you're new to the game, don't listen to that advice. Because more is more TV you're giving up. 2-9 blitz on the one who smelt it. Here's that blitz. Gets a pal here. Looking for another surf, but couldn't get it due to the knockdown. Good dodges, good block there. Good action order by Dead Fred to try to shut down this ball carrier. We've seen Doug the Minotaur successfully hand off and scoot by before, but he has a number of elves in his way now. Two-Eye Block gets a pal. Got the assist from Snake Eyes. Looking for a 10 plus. Really just looking for the knockdown, but a 10 plus will break armor. SB Beaver says, if you don't want to take advice from those at the bottom of the rankings, who would you take advice from? Good 2 plus dodge by Zamet. The other Crimson Guard twin. And Tomax dodges away as well. We'll see if this will work out here for the Real American Heroes. White Skull Windbreakers, turn 6. They tried to shoot down the left sideline. Carved out a section of the pitch for themselves, but that got shut down. Does Doug the Minotaur have an option here? Let's see. Takes a 2-die block against the Baroness. Gets a POW. Just an 8 plus will break armor. Dead Fred really doesn't want to lose the Witch Elf. He won't. Old declared a blitz with that, so the one who denied it's going to reposition? Or was he? He must have been prone. Gets the assist for a 2-die block on Zartan. Gets a knockdown here. Always good to have a free player to get the assist where you need it to get that 2-die block. Doug the Minotaur with 20 seconds on the clock, really trying to figure out not only how he's going to keep this ball safe, but how he's going to advance the ball forward. Dead Fred's been doing an excellent job here, keeping his defense tight, keeping it together, not overextending. That's really what he had to do. Like we said, he had to stop the run. He's not up against a passing team. Had to stop the run. He's been doing a good job of it here. The Windbreakers with 3 turns left. They're going to try to get some blocks here, try to open up a hole. They might even get somebody down pitch to threaten a pass, but that's a last resort for them. Marking a ton of elves. Doug Minotaur taking a lot of time here. Going for the handoff. Passing it, or going for the pass. Wow! Had to get through the animosity roll. He did. Did a short pass to the one who supplied it. And now the number 8 blitzer is in control of this ball at mid-pitch. Trying to tangle up all these elves and he's going to try to run down the right sideline. Good pass by Doug the Minotaur. Two to two, high scoring game. Wow. I'm kind of sad we missed it. Real American Heroes to reposition their defense. Shifts Hawk over back to mid-pitch, desperately trying to get some protection, or trying to get the defense together. Wants to try to take some blocks if he can. Really can't afford this ball carrier to have a line protecting him, a screen protecting him. Going for the surf over in the left wide zone. He'll get it here. Well done. Let's see if this sticks. It does not. It does. It does. Gets a KO. See if the KO sticks. Good surf there by the Real American Heroes. Keeping that Witch Elf in play, blitzing and removing players. What's powerful about the surf is that it's a guaranteed removal. And you get it not just with an armor break, you get it with a surf. I'm sorry, you get it with a push. Good dodge, good rush. 2 marks on the ball carrier now. Ball carrier with an AG of 3+. Ball carrier has currently no positive dodges, meaning there's no dodge where there won't be a negative modifier applied. 2-die block over on the left side of the ball now. Gets a POW on Bull Snort, the number 1 blocker. Couldn't break armor. Real American Heroes down to under 4 minutes in bonus time. Turn 7. Penultimate turn for the Windbreakers in this first half. All elves should be secret weapons and remove them first try. 7 injuries? Like actual injuries? Oh, I guess most of those are snotlings. And I was just thinking about, not to get too sappy, but I was just thinking about today, like the new Final Fantasy, like Part 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 coming out. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm excited for that. And then I was like, you know what? I replayed all those Star Ocean games recently, and those were a lot of fun. I love those games. And then I was thinking, you know what? We've got Blood Bowl, tabletop is back. Blood Bowl and video game form is here. Like, we got it pretty good. like things are good. gaming's in a great place. I remember, I'm old enough to remember a time when, like, the tabletop, like, industries kind of fell through, and there weren't really new, at least good new games out for a while. I remember when, you know, fighting games kind of fell through, and they called it the Dark Ages. I remember when there wasn't Blood Bowl for a long time, and man, things are pretty good now. See the eye block, gets a knockdown here with the ball carrier, blitzing with the ball carrier. He's got to end this turn in scoring position. He's going to shift back to the left side of the pitch. What's going to be his plan to score? The plan to score is going to be to threaten the one who smelt it. Number 5, the blitzer. He's going to move down to the 18-yard line in the left wide zone. So he is the one who's going to try to score. If the real American heroes can take him out, then they will have held the Windbreakers here in the first half. That's a lot of SPP, my goodness. Man, this competition has put a lot of SPP in the pockets of a lot of coaches. Minute 20 on the clock for the real American heroes. 25! Wow. Holy moly. A minute with no action here by the real American heroes. The only scoring threat is the one who smelt it. They've got enough players, yeah, to go after this block. They'll probably take the blitz from the backside. So they'll probably come at the blitz this way, just to push them back. Man, I know it's a simple game. Hero Quest was a big favorite of mine when I was a kid. I have such fond memories playing Hero Quest, and I was so stoked when Hasbro re-released it. Like, I have so much nostalgia for that game. Frenzy follow-up here. He'll push, but that's enough. Well done here by Dead Fred to stop the score. Well, he hasn't stopped it yet, but he's pushed into another block. Oh boy, another block. We'll probably see a dodge out here. Yeah, well done. Well done by Dead Fred. Very well done. Yeah, Hero Quest is just like a perfect beer and pretzels game. Like, it's just so fun. Wow, lots of good dodges here. He's absolutely preventing the one who smelt it from going anywhere. Oh boy, he's covered this all up. So I don't know how I feel about this. Doug the Minotaur might be able to chain push this guy out. By pulling all these players in, the Windbreakers now have an opportunity to chain push this blitzer out. Yeah, the Bronze says push play available for the Orcs. Indeed. Welcome to the stream. Eric Lionheart says that was a mistake. It could be pushed out of the box. Yeah, I agree. Windbreakers with one reroll here in turn 8. Here comes the blitz. Two-die blitz. That push is all they need. They are still not out of the woods. It's going to be a tough catch here for the blitzer. So it'll be a handoff to the blitzer, handoff attempt to the blitzer, to the number 5 blitzer, and then he's going to pray to Nuffle. Oh, it looks like he's going to go for the pass instead. Use the team reroll, fails the dodge. Good attempt by Doug the Minotaur. Dead Fred probably kicking himself after that push. It was like, oh man, what did I do? Failed the 50-50 dodge. It's actually a 75% on the dodge with the reroll. Bootballer says, if an ogre can dodge double rush, a blitzer can do it. El Nubrino, welcome to the stream. I might fire my thrower out of spite for that for that performance tonight. That was a fun game to watch. I hear it ended 2-2, yeah? Two-die block in the final turn of the first half here. A POW against Bull Snort. I heard a ton of SPP came your guys' way. Scary stuff. .45 seconds left on the clock for the Real American Heroes. They successfully stopped the score from the Windbreakers. The Windbreakers are going to be on defense to start the second half of the game. Real American Heroes will try to win this game 1-0, I imagine. Wow! Oppo's going to be spent here. Yeah, there he is. We'll see if he can save his life. Looks like he did. Oh, that's why you have a doctor on staff. Got the POW here. Almost killed a man. Hacked back to life, that's right. It's POW with the Witch Elf Frenzy Blitz here. Just looking for SPP. How bashing orcs, they must be cheating. Go for the assist on the... gonna make this a 1-die, I guess? Nope, he'll make it a 2-die. 2-die block on Duck Call. Two-die block, he'll get a push. Weren't you criticizing the doctor earlier tonight? 0-0 the score. Dead Fred did a bang-up job there, stopping the offense. Doug the Minotaur committed to that left wide zone, thought he could carve out a piece of it, but Dead Fred was able to dodge with no rerolls remaining. Dodge players into position to stop this score. Real American Heroes are going to be on offense to start the second half, and they're an Elven team. AG2 across the board. It's very, very easy for them to score. The question is going to be when. If this Elvish team scores too early, this game could end in a draw. I think Dead Fred really wants a win. If he has any hopes of making the top 4, he really wants to pick up a win here tonight. If not, then he's just trying to build up this team for the next competition this season. 3-man defensive line for the Windbreakers. 5-man offensive line. Arrow formation here for the Real American Heroes. All that block on the line. It's going to try to leverage the block skill. Here's the kick. Each team gets a bribe. Let's go. Let's go. That's right. He did. Well done. Dude, I block on the left side of the line. Boot polish, thank you for the bits. Gets a knockdown here on Under Thunder. Two-day block on the center defensive tackle. Gets a push. Turtle burp, the number 2 big and blocker. So critical to have to leverage your block skills. It makes your die rolls so much safer. 2-die block on barking backside. Gets a knockdown as well. 2 knockdowns on the line. All blocks taken. Still has his blitz. He's going to get this ball in the hands of Duke the runner. Blitz down that final defensive tackle. Gets the knockdown. Good 2+ pickup by Duke. Advances the ball forward to the Real American Heroes own 12-yard line. Spent the blitz. Just needs to keep this ball protected. Advances. Zamet down pitch, threatening a passer. Or threatening a receiver, rather, in the right wide zone. Turn 9 back to the Windbreakers. White Skull Windbreakers in the hotly contested 4th place spot right now. They have this game to finish and one more game to play this week. They reposition Duck Call. He's the right cornerback, marking Zamet, the number 7 lineman. The number 1 big unblocker, Bullstorm. Remember, these blockers have a strength of 4. Marking Gung Ho now, the number 8 lineman in the left wide zone. Leaving this arrow formation like this, I'm afraid this Elven team's going to find all their players marked. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. Good stun on Gung Ho on the blitz. Doug the Minotaur might try to force Dead Fred to score early so he can get the ball back. Problem is, not being able to score in the first half, he'd be playing for a draw. Otherwise, he'll try to stop the score, of course, but if it's not looking likely, he might try to funnel this team down into the end zone. It can be real scary on turn 15 or turn 16 at a 0-0 score. It's scary for Doug the Minotaur, unless he's got a significant player advantage. Turn 10 now for the Real American Heroes. Remember, both teams have a bribe. Yeah, I think I'm going to pick up that box of Horus Heresy Epic. The starter box, anyway. I was really sad. I'm not sad. Failed 2+ dodge to get this turn started for the Real American Heroes. Boy, and again, he's going to have to burn a reroll. He's debating not doing it. Really thinking about this reroll. Only has 2 left for the game. Does he want to lose one here on a failed dodge? Does he think the ball is safe? He decides not to re-roll it. So now the Windbreakers have an opportunity to get a player on the ball. They won't be able to blitz the ball carrier, but they can tag him all right. But yeah, I'm very fortunate to live in an area with lots of game stores of various sorts. You know, tabletop game stores, video game stores and stuff. It's even toy stores. It's rad, man. We have lots of cool stores. But I was sad to see one of them near me when BB20 came out. They had a bunch of BB stuff, and just watched their Blood Bowl stock dwindle, and now they only have like a handful of pitches. Oh, breaks my heart. Did I block? It's a pal here, but they're not a Blood Bowl store. They're very squarely a 40K store. Great stun on Zartan. Yeah, Titan. Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, Titan like dabbles in other games, but it always comes back to 40K. Like they had X-Wing and Armada for a while. That sort of went away. Every now and again, someone will play 30K, but it's mostly 40K. 40K and Magic. That's what Titan is. "13 seconds left on the clock here. Turn 10. Oh, rad. That's cool. I got BB 2016 at the Games Workshop store in White Marsh. Not to point out where I live, but it's in the name of the league. Yeah, I drove out to White Marsh to get BB 2016. That's where I got Space Hulk 4th edition too, man. I'm sorry, 3rd edition. When they reprinted, or when they released Space Hulk. Space Hulk's another game that I have fond memories of, and I love that game. So I picked up 3rd edition there, and then I don't remember where I got 4th edition. Windbreakers knocking down players. It's not there anymore. I mean, Space Hulk 3rd edition was ages ago. Turn 11 for the Real American Heroes. Two minutes, 8 seconds left in bonus time for the Real American Heroes. They successfully stopped the score by the Windbreakers in the first half. They have the ball here in the second half. They had a null turn after a failed dodge, deciding not to spend the reroll. Doug the Minotaur decided not to overextend. He knows these elves can run past him. MA7, MA6. Decided to take the knockdowns, not mark the ball carrier. Didn't want some orcs left behind. Taking a page out of Dead Fred's book, keeping this defense together. Real American Heroes absolutely need to win this game if they have any shot at the top 4. Doug the Minotaur certainly doesn't need to win, could even lose, but a win, I mean, it's a key week. A win will really help solidify his spot in the top 4, or help to solidify his spot in the top 4. No work left behind. Another failed dodge, this time a 3+ dodge. No matter how safe you think these die rolls, even if it's a 2+, remember, it's a D6. It's a D6. The odds are not that small. Well, 1 on a D6 is just under 17%. Yeah, I think you needed to reroll that. Spent the reroll into a both standing result. It's a 2-die block on 1 cheek squeak. He'll get the knockdown here. 8+ to break armor. That's not a lot. That's wood elf armor. Didn't get it though. Good 2+ dodge by Zamet. Continuing to run that receiver downfield. Takes a 1-die block on Bullsnort. Gets the push. Prevents the block next turn. Well done. A good 2+ dodge by Hawk. He's the blodger. The number 2 blitzer. Ball's going to stay put. So one thing that I thought Dead Fred might do on this drive, I thought he might just pull back with the ball here and just kind of hang out here. This is a good way to stall if you're a more fragile team, instead of stalling at the opposing end zone. Because if you're a more fragile team, you're probably also a fast, agile team. So you can pull back and kind of hang out here. You can give your opponent, you can eat up 2 turns easy that way while your opponent tries to chase you down. And then you can explode out and you know, break free, run down, and score. It's a good way to stall without hanging out the end zone while your opponent's beating you up every single turn. .46 seconds left on the clock for the Windbreakers here. 2-die blitz in the right wide zone. Gets a pow on Tomax. Any armor break could be big. There, he's got it. Gets stunned. Could be a great stun here. Sweet Bunny asks, what's the gobbo's name? I think it's One Cheek Squeak, right? Let's see where he is. Where's this guy? There he is. Oz One Cheek Squeak. 2-die block on Snake Eyes gets a push here. Another block on Snake Eyes is a push. He can't knock down Snake Eyes. He's a ninja. Try it again. Try it again, I dare you. He'll just appear right behind you. 2-die block. Okay, maybe you knock him down this time. Gets the knockdown on Snake Eyes. Turn 12 for the Real American Heroes. They have the ball on their own 12-yard line. They have not moved this ball an inch since picking it up. Remember, this is an elf team. They have an AG of 2+. The rules have changed between the LRB6 and BB 2020. You don't use agility for passing anymore. You still use it to catch, but you use the passing stat for passing. So you can see Duke the Runner here has a passing stat of 3+. Doug the Minotaur a little hesitant to try to block down Duke, and that's because Duke has the dump off ability. So if Duke's about to take a block, eat a block, he can interrupt that block and go for a quick pass, and then the block resumes. The problem is, quick pass, or I'm sorry, quick or short pass? I think it's quick or short pass. Oh, just a quick pass. So the quick pass is only 3 orthogonal spaces, or 2 diagonal. right? So a quick pass goes here and here, and so it kind of comes around like this, right? Something like that. That's not very far, so this is not a person to pass to. Blue Polish rooting for the defense. Orcs are the best. Push on Under Thunder. Pushes into another block, and this time it's going to knock down Under Thunder. Keeps his player in place so he can get a 1-die on Bull Snort. Might try to make that a 2-die, we'll see. I doubt it. Opens up a hole, and now he's just going to run the ball through the hole. He opened up the ball on the opposing 4-yard line over in the left wide zone now. Oh! Dodges Flint away from Bull Snort. A dodge, 2+ dodge, and a rush by the Baroness to cover the left side of this cage. Another good dodge. Is he going to pull Zamet in? He is. He pulls Zamet in, covers this cage. So now he's got a tight 4-point cage over in the left wide zone. Oh, scary, 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 scary. Yeah, I think that's better positioning for Destro. Lots of dire holes on the error there. Still came out ahead. Turn 12, final turn of the third quarter. White Skull Windbreakers, these Orcs. Here they come. Here they come. Dead Fred hoping that these marked Orcs are going to stay out of the play for one turn, and that they have enough unmarked players to get this ball down pitch. You can see one cheek squeak desperately sprinting down pitch to get back into the safety position. Doug the Minotaur only has 2 free Orcs. The one who denied it, the number 7 Blitzer, and the one, and the one who supplied it, naturally, the number 8 Blitzer. Here comes a blitz. Witch Elf Blitz gets a push here. He's hoping for a dodge, really. Had the tackle skill. Decides not to follow up. Two-die block on Zartan's push back at the line of scrimmage. A two-die block on Gung Ho is going to be a POW. Cleaning up with these blocks he has to take. Good 3+ dodge. Well done. The one who smelt it gets into position to cover the left sideline. Turn 13, fourth and final quarter begins. The Real American Heroes have the ball on the opposing 4-yard line over in the left wide zone. Score is 0-0. They have 1 re-roll left. The White Skull Windbreakers have 3. 57 seconds left in bonus time for the Real American Heroes. Can they score? Two-die block at center pitch. Gets the knockdown on Turtle Burp. I have never heard the phrase turtle burp in my life. Oh, breaks armor. Gets a stun. Good stun here. Might open up a lateral move. Takes a mark on the one who supplied it. Snake Eyes. He knows no fear. Two die blitz. Gets a push. Another surf by the Baroness. Well done. Oh, got an injury out of it as well. Very, very well done. That's a huge injury. Good surf by the Baroness. Oh no, he just failed a dodge. Oh no. Failed a 2+ dodge with Hawk. And now Duke is in danger. But the White Skull Windbreakers have to be a little careful here, because Duke has an easy dump off target in Flint. Ignore that that timer. Yeah, so he's going for the blitz, and now the dump off. Dump off to Flint. Almost certainly. Yeah, he might try to dump it off to Destro or something. Yeah, dumps it off to Destro instead. Doesn't want to get stuck on the sideline. And the 2-die blitz is going to be a push. First use of dump off we've seen this competition. Gets it into the hands of his second blodger, Destro on the right side. Yeah, either way you slice it, somebody's getting locked down. But he decided to go back to center pitch instead. Ignore the timer noise. That's a bug. I really like the dump off skill. I think that's a great skill. BA 3+. I mean, he doesn't have anything else, unfortunately. He doesn't have pass, but you know, quick pass to an AG2 piece. If you have a reroll for the pass, not so bad. Oh, is that bug still a thing? I thought they fixed that. 1 die block on Shipwreck, spends the reroll after rolling a skull to get a knockdown here. Windbreakers collapsing down on Destro. Whether it was Destro or Flint, they were going to get locked down. Flint would have been an easier pass to the Baroness. He might try a pass back to Flint. If he can get rid of one of these... If he can get rid of one of these blockers, he'll be in good shape. He really doesn't want to have to take the blitz with the ball carrier, because then he can't hand off or pass. Turn 14 for the Real American Heroes. They have no rerolls left for the game. Real American Heroes taking their time to figure out their turn order, but they don't have a whole lot of time. They only have 46 seconds left on the bonus clock. Hawk stands up, takes a mark on Silent but Deadly. He's the number 12 thrower, currently between the ball carrier and the Baroness. Pulls the Baroness in, takes a mark on Duck Call. Currently, it's a 1-die block on Duck Call with the block skill. He's going to blitz with Destro instead to make it a 2-die. That works out, but I don't think... I really think he wanted the push there. Oh, no. 43 seconds left on the clock here in turn 14. He decided to blitz. He's going to stay put. Didn't get the push he was looking for. Very unfortunate. "22 seconds left. Flint will come in and take a mark now in this scrum. 8 seconds left. 7 seconds left in bonus time for the Real American Heroes. Turn 14 back to the Windbreakers. Both teams still have a foul. I think that is the last thing on their mind right now. 2 rerolls for the Windbreakers. Ball currently in the hands of Destro on the opposing 2-yard line. He is a blodger. The Windbreakers will be looking for a pal to knock this player down. I have this bag of Cheetos that have been in my kitchen for... It has to have been like 2 or 3 months now. It's like Mexican corn flavor or whatever, and it just tastes like nothing. It tastes like Cheetos that haven't been flavored with anything, and I don't want to eat them. Block on Destro. Gets a 2-die block to start things off with, gets a double push out of it. Not what Doug the Minotaur was looking for. Doug the Minotaur with just 25 seconds on the clock. Sad Cheetos, who knew? I know, right? I've never met a Cheeto I didn't like until I bought those. Good 3+ dodge. Gets an assist with 1 cheek squeak. It's going to negate the assist by the Baron. His 2-die block on Destro again. Another push, but he's going to try this again. There's the 1-die. Got the POW. We'll see where the ball bounces. Will Destro stay on the pitch? Destro stays on the pitch. Reroll will not be spent. Will not be spent here. Ball bounces into the hands of Zartan. Not where the Windbreakers wanted that ball to end up. And now under 2 minutes left in bonus time for the Windbreakers. 0-0 the score. Windbreakers undefeated currently this season. 2-2-0 is their record. Can Dead Fred break it? Dead Fred gave Doug the Minotaur his first loss in last season's Dungeon Bowl. I thought I said Duggan Bowl for a second. Good dodge by the one who supplied it to try to shore up the gap here to prevent Zartan from running away. One die block on Flint. This works out due to the block skill. Breaks armor even. Gets a stun. And then a one die block against Gung Ho. Gets a push. No, you know what? There's another Cheeto. I don't not like them, but I take umbrage with the name. They're like cheese puffs that are Cheeto brand. That's not a Cheeto. Come on. You can't call that a Cheeto. Cheetos are crunchy. Dougie Bowl. Turn 15, Real American Heroes. 2 turns left to try to win this ball game. Destro, the blodger, after 3 blocks, got knocked down, but the ball bounced into the hands of Zartan. See, what Zartan should do here, right? He's a master of disguise. He should just disguise himself like an orc, and then they'll leave him alone. It'll be fine. I remember the original Zartan toy. It was like one of those dip it in water and it changes the paint color or whatever. So he would look like a normal dude and then he'd look like Zartan. And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. I was a dumb kid, but it was so cool. 2-die blitz on one cheek squeak. Gets the knockdown here. Still has movement with Snake Eyes. Zartan feeling very closed in. Yeah, Zartan was cool, man. Takes a mark on Under Thunder. Fails the dodge with Zartan. Tried to failed the dodge, tried to hand off, and kinda did. Oh boy, failed the dodge with Zartan. Was gonna hand off. And there it is anyway. Wow. Got the ball into the hands of the Baroness somehow. The Baroness, not a blodger, she has dodge. She does have an MA of 7. She's just out of scoring position. The only 2 threats to score are Snake Eyes and Hawk. If the Windbreakers can knock him down, they will prevent the Real American Heroes from winning this game. Two-die block. It's either a both standing result, yeah, or a push. He's going to go with the both standing result. 2-die block again on Destro. Gets a pal here. 9+ breaks armor. More importantly, he's going to get that mark away from Destro. This frees up the one who denied it. Two-die block on Zamet. Gets a pal here. Yeah, he couldn't leave him base. I thought it was great that the ball ended up in her hands anyway. Blitz on the ball carrier. 2-die blitz. He got the POW he was looking for. 8+ breaks armor. He broke it. Got a KO out of it. Is the Oppo going to be spent? The Apothecary not spent. Failed. No. The ball scatters into the hands of Duck Call. Now on the barking backside, and ball's going to scatter out to the left wide zone. Two marks on the ball. .43 seconds left on the clock for the Windbreakers. 2-die block back at mid-pitch. It's a knockdown break. Sarmer looking for some SPP here. Didn't break armor. Got the armor break animation, but didn't break armor. .20 seconds left on the clock. 3+ pickup. Works out. Recovers the ball by the one who supplied it. Does he have any movement left? Is he going to try to win? Does he have his blitz? He doesn't have his blitz. He's protecting the ball now. It's up to Under Thunder. So he's not gonna win this game, but he's gonna try to stall this out for a draw. Turn 16 for the Real American Heroes. They've got to somehow recover this. They've got to knock the ball out of the hands of this blitzer. Then with someone else, pick that ball up and pass or hand off to Snake Eyes or Hawk to then try to score. We'll see if he can pull this off. Otherwise, this game's going to end in a draw. What a hard-fought match this was. .59 seconds left on the clock. 7 left in bonus time in this final turn for the Real American Heroes. They're going to go for it. 1-die blitz. That's not going to cut it. It's going to be a both standing result. And that'll do it. This game ends in a draw. Well done. Well done to both coaches here. Boy, oh boy, the White Skull Windbreakers are going to remain undefeated. 2-3-0 is their record. Take a 2-die block on Silent but Deadly. Went with the push result. Trying to keep some players safe. Windbreakers are going to get one more turn. Takes some arc to get another 2-die block. Well done. Gets a POW on Under Thunder. Can you turn this into some SPP? Well done. Well done by Dead Fred. Final turn of this game. The clock is going to be a jerk. Two-die block gets a POW on Destro. Can he get a 9+? He cannot. That gives him an assist to get a 2-die on Flint. Double POWs this time. Just looking for some SPP. My goodness, that was a punch, and he got it there. Well done. Got the KO, rather. 2-die blitz. Gets a knockdown on Duke. 8+ this time. Gets nothing out of that. 2-die block on Shipwreck. Gets another knockdown. Doesn't break armor there either. Do you have anything else left? Looks like you might try to foul Destro. Here we go. GG foul. 4 assists on this foul. It gets a stun. So got nothing out of the foul. He's like, I don't want to meet. If I meet you in the top 4, I don't want you to have Destro. Well done to both coaches. 0-0 is going to be the score in this game. Hard fought matchup. And that'll be a draw. One Cheek Squeak, the MVP for the Windbreakers. Zartan, the MVP for the Real American Heroes. I concur. 46 blocks for the Windbreakers. 26 yards running. Not a whole lot of movement by the ball here. It was well done. Good defense by both coaches. Not a lot of SPP either. 5 for the Windbreakers, 7 for the Real American Heroes. Let's see what the score of that other game was before we take a look at the standings. Let's see, 2-1. So there are the Week 5 standings. After Week 5, I'm gonna cough. Holy moly. After Week 5, I Want to Be Like Doug remains in first place for Tricranium's Dwarf Team. 5-0-0 is their record, with Chimes Never Gonna in second place. 4-0-1 is their record, with Cenozoic Park in third place. Nick Satan's Lizardman Team 3-0-2. The White Skull Windbreakers are in fourth. 2-3-0 is their record. Look at that. Fifth and sixth place, 8 points apiece. Seventh place with 7 points. I think that top 6 there are duking it out. To see who's going to make it into the top 4 in Week 6. It's the final week of regular play coming up in this first competition. Of course they haven't. Oh, I'm sorry, the loyalty of the princes. That was rude. That's gonna do it for Week 7 here. Week 7, what am I talking about? For Week 5 here in this competition. Week 6 is gonna get underway starting tomorrow. And coaches will start to schedule their games tomorrow. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to the schedules on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel, Play Blood Bowl Man. I had such a blast with this triple header. This was so much fun. I love this game. This game is so rad. Where else can you knock opposing players into the crowd and the crowd beats them up? You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation and Xbox, and a tabletop forum at your friendly local game store. Until Week 6, take care everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Monday evening.